So let's kick it off with Dynamite. Let's kick it off with Dynamite.
I actually
And
kind of enjoyed it.
I see this is the weird thing. Like every time I don't like the show, you're like, no, the show's good. And every time I like the show, you're like, no, the show's bad. Yeah.
Just so you see, like I don't say that just because, like I don't say I like it just because you hate it or vice versa. Notice I went first.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't like this show. The show it wasn't it for me.
Okay.
So it
I,
started off with MJF and Kyle Fletcher. How do you feel about this match?
that's why I liked it. I like this match. Good match in my opinion.
So this was the only thing on the show that you liked.
No, it was others, but like starting off like this instead of having MJF talk bullshit like last week, which really pissed me off. This I like. Just go straight to the action and yeah, Cal Fletcher, like get the man in a title.
I mean, yeah, because he's good, but at the same time, like I just am super fucking annoyed with MJF. I'm just annoyed
Yeah,
with MJF. It's just something about him that just annoys the shit out of me. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's getting really annoying now. It's like he can wrestle. Yes, he can wrestle, but he's just like a fucking prick. And I know somebody's gonna be like, that's his job to be a fucking prick because he's a heel. And it's
just about
like,
to tell you, like I'm gonna tell you what it's not, and you
mm-hmm,
correct me if I'm wrong, right? It's
mm-hmm,
not his character, because like as you just said, like people's gonna say he's supposed to be a prick and whatever, right?
mm-hmm.
But it's like he, to me, tell me if I'm wrong or not. He goes out his way to be a prick. Like he's a try hard. Like you could tell, like real recognizes real, and like he comes across so fake. Like
Yeah,
he's trying to fucking hard.
yeah, and that's the problem. It's like if he just was like more authentic and be like, yeah, no, this works. But it's like I want to be hated, guys. Look, you have to hate me, and it's like, bro, like nobody really gives a shit. Like you can wrestle. Like that's one of your best points. Like you can wrestle, even though like you're annoying as shit, you're boring as fuck. You can wrestle. Like you can fucking wrestle. That's the problem. You can fucking wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, and everybody's like, all right, well that's good. Everything else about him is just like, nah. And that's what makes me not like MJF. It's just like I can't get behind him.
I feel like him as a face when he was doing the Adam Cole stuff and whatever, that came across more natural and whatever. He seems like he's more better as a comedian. Because if you remember when we first got introduced to him in fucking House of Hardcore, all that shit was comedy.
Yeah, but the thing is, when he went with the whole dynasty thing, it was kind of cool because he played off of everybody else, and it wasn't like every 5 minutes he's doing this whole "I'm trying to be this villain, I'm trying to be this villain" story. It was
Yeah.
just he was cool because like they were bad guys, and you knew why they were bad guys because they were rich and they were assholes, and it's like, oh, that's cool. This is like
Yeah.
I have like 30 villain origin stories, and none of them stick to anything.
He's a Joker, not even in a cool way.
Yeah. So the crazy part about this match was Don Callis came down and tried to give the screwdriver to Kyle Fletcher, and Kyle Fletcher didn't want to use it, and MJF wound up using it. Well, not using it, he wound up kicking him in the nuts, and Will Ospreay was stuck in the back, and he couldn't come out. And then MJF bloodied Kyle Fletcher, and Will Ospreay came out to help him and got blood on his shirt. So that's a good visual for fucking Wimbledon.
Like, I know in general the answer is no, but
hmm
in this particular situation,
hmm
do you trust Don? Because I don't. I believe he has something to do with like Will getting stuck in the back.
He might have, but like I don't trust Don at all, and I hate Don.
Like I know, period. But I mean in this particular situation.
Yeah, no, I believe that. Like I hate Don. Like I want him to just go away from anybody. And I know people are like, no, 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 he should team up with more people. It's like, no, no, no.
No, hell no.
So
He's a worse
yeah,
vortex than fucking Jericho.
yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So then we had Mariah May versus Viva Van, and she beat Viva Van just like easily. And then all of a sudden, she got this painting of Mariah May and Tony Storm. And on the back of it, they pulled the Jericho thing, Jericho and Kevin Owens, where on the back of it it said, "Die, Mariah, die." And she didn't really look at it until the crowd started saying something, and then she turned it around and seen it. And then out of nowhere, Tony Storm attacked her.
He had to be in the ring or something, right?
I don't know where she came from because like they shot it perfectly to the fact where you didn't see where she came from. You just seen her just beat the shit out of Mariah May.
Yeah, that I also liked.
Yeah, no, that was good and like that plays into something later on. And then this was fucking weird. This was really fucking weird because they started playing this Jack Perry promo. They started playing this Jack Perry scapegoat promo. And all of a sudden in the middle of the promo, you just get a Taco Bell commercial. And then it went back to the Jack Perry promo, and it was like, what the fuck just happened?
He's a scapegoat for tacos.
It was so like it was such a fuck up. It was just like it was the most randomest shit because it's like they're showing this promo and it's like supposed to be a dead serious ass promo for him and Darby Allin, and all of a sudden, just in the middle of it, they just start playing a Taco Bell commercial. And then be like, oh shit, we're not supposed to play that, and it went right back to the thing, and it was like that was supposed to be a serious promo, and it was just like a total fuck up. It's just like it was so fucking weird.
Yeah,
So then we had the Jericho Vortex because it was Shibata versus Brian Keith with Jericho on commentary. Hooray.
I totally forgot Brian Keith had his own music. It threw me off. I didn't know it was him.
Me
That's gonna
too.
happen again later.
Yeah, like I
A-
didn't know Brian Keith had his own music.
Actually, no, I said that's gonna happen later. That actually happened with Kyle Fletcher when he came out because I didn't know who he was.
Oh no, I knew Kyle Fletcher had music.
Yeah.
And then the thing that like pissed me off and like land more credence to a conspiracy theory was you see Jericho and Jericho's on commentary, and while he's on commentary, he starts talking about, yeah, he's like something something Dave Meltzer, and it's like, why are you bringing up Meltzer on AEW? We know the conspiracy.
Yeah. Excalibur like can make you like who? Like trying to make a joke out of it, but we know.
Yeah, like we know what the fuck is going on, and it's like they're like all the conspiracy theories. This led more and more to the conspiracy theory of him just shouting Meltzer out, and it's like, all right, man, this is weird.
Yeah.
So Brian Keith loses to Shibata. They jump Shibata, but then all of a sudden, here comes Hook. Hook is back with an eye patch.
Pirate Hook. Wow, I said it out loud and I didn't even realize how much of a joke that is. Oh shit.
Yeah. So he's still not done with the Jericho Vortex, which saddens me even more.
I mean, they technically never ended it, so they
I
gotta
just,
end it. I
this
was
has been
hoping he
like
left the company.
this has been like a fucking year. Like I wanted to be over. Like this shit, like it's got to be over. It's got to be done.
Oh, remember Joe coming back to like be in this shit too, so
I just I hate it. I hate everything about this. I want
yeah,
nothing to do with it. I want it to be over. It's the most ridiculous, draining bullshit. I hate it.
yeah.
So then we had Hangman, who's angry as shit that he didn't get his hands on Swerve. He said he's gonna make somebody pay, which we find out later on where this goes, which we already called like last week, but it's a thing. So then they had a sit down interview with Swerve and JR. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay any attention to this because I was just looking at JR and
Same,
I just was feeling sad.
same.
yeah, I I felt sad.
Yeah. I was hoping you paid attention so you could tell me what was said, because yeah, I I feel
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, like JR doesn't look in the best of health, but it just it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
So then we had Orange Cassidy with FTR. And the reason he teamed up with FTR is because the people he was supposed to be teaming up with, because of travel issues, weren't able to get to the show, so they just used FTR.
How much one of it
So
that's a storyline thing where like fucking what's his name? Roderick Strong and them like had something to do with it.
no, that's not a storyline thing. That's an actual company wide thing because a lot of things in the show had to get changed because a lot of people couldn't make it there.
Oh,
And
okay.
Tony Khan had put this out earlier in the day. Was like, yeah, there's a lot of travel issues going on. I'm reworking the show, and the people who can get here can get here. Because I forgot why. I think it was because of like it was a tropical storm in North Carolina, but there was a couple of people that couldn't get here.
Okay.
So yeah, that was a thing. So FTR and Orange Cassidy took on Black Taurus, Rouge, and Roderick Strong.
Well, I don't feel like they should be a crew instead of the crews they have.
Yeah, I don't know because like this is so random because Rouge is with Don Callis. Black Taurus is kind of Kingdom adjacent because like he's teamed up with him a bunch of times and like this is one of the times where he's still with them. It
I
just
didn't think
seems
about it that
like
way. That's a good point.
yeah, like it's weird, but it's okay because they have like a story with Orange Cassidy and his crew.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. FTR and them got the win. And then after the match, the acclaim come out, their mics doesn't work, and FTR is like, you know what? Fuck this shit. It's like, we're just gonna fight. And they just start fighting.
That was funny.
Yeah. So apparently it's gonna be a tag team match, and the winner's supposed to get a shot at the Young Bucks, who haven't defended their fucking titles in forever. But whatever.
The last time they did defend their titles.
Like I said, forever. It's been a long time. They haven't defended them in a long, long time. So it is what it is.
Hmm.
So then we had the patriarchy, and Christian said, the Guns and House of Black, you guys want the title shot on Collision. Whoever wins gets a title shot.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are saying, oh, it's going to be a three-way. It's going to be a three-way of that. It's like they have a three-way of the tag team title match. Why would they have a three-way of this and a six-person tag title match?
Would have put it past them though.
I really hope not. I really hope not. So then we had Mercedes and Camille. And Camille took on two local talents by herself and beat them for Mercedes.
That was
And
fucking great in my opinion. That like she's a fucking powerhouse.
she is, but it's just, it just didn't feel right because, like, I understand that she's supposed to be like murdering chicks. I like her better when she has like a competitive match. It's like, okay.
Yeah, because you know what she could do. Like the AEW audience doesn't, you know?
That's funny because like in the very beginning of AEW, she showed up and she had like a match, a competitive match, and like I guess everybody forgot she was here that one time or
Yeah.
two times because she brought the NWA title with her when she
Yeah.
came.
I remember. It was like the first ever all in, I want to say.
No, no, no. This was after All In. This was just in the middle of just like AEW existing on TBS. Like she just showed up
Oh, okay.
and she was there for like 2 weeks and then just disappeared and there was nothing to it.
Yeah.
So then Tony Schiavone got on the mic and said, Britt Baker is unsuspended. And she was on the camera. She said she's going to be there next week. And she said, Mercedes, like, you always leave when things get hot, basically alluding to when she left WWE.
The walkout, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, we all knew it was coming, but, like, it didn't hit to me like, oh my God, that's so crazy. It just was like, oh, okay. Yeah, it didn't work for me. It was like, all right, well,
Yeah, it was a nothing line.
yeah, it just didn't work. So then we had Ricky Dragon the Steamboat, which was on commentary for the match Jeff Jarrett versus Bryan Danielson in a North Carolina street fight match. I don't even know what they called it, but it just was a street fight.
I was wondering what the hell he was gonna do.
Yeah, he just was on commentary. And so Bryan Danielson gets the win. Then Swerve comes out at the end, basically says there's three legends, and one of them is Ricky Dragon the Steamboat, one of them is Jeff Jarrett, and the other one is me.
Like
The
what the
funny
hell?
part, the funny part is like I knew he was gonna say that because he said three legends. I was like, there's no way you giving Bryan Danielson any credit.
Basically.
So he basically told Bryan Danielson he's gonna beat his ass and cripple him at All In, and he's gonna send him back home. I was like, okay, cool, sure.
He also mentioned Bree by name.
Yeah, and that got a lot of people thinking that Bree's gonna come out, which I'm not against it. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
So that's how the show ended. Because also Swerve said he's gonna take on Wheeler next week.
I'm down
So,
for that.
but that's how the show ended. And so right after the show, like literally minutes after the show, on Twitter was like the backstage stuff that was like really fucking interesting because it was funny as hell how the whole thing just like sped out. It was like, what the fuck is going on here? So it starts out with Renee and the rest of Jeff Jarrett's crew talking to Jeff Jarrett, and Renee's like, Jeff, how do you feel about this match with Bryan Danielson? And Jeff's trying, like, he's trying to get his stuff together because he just went through a war with Bryan Danielson, and he just goes to say, you know what? Bam! And he just gets hit by a fucking Hangman. Hangman just starts beating his ass. And then the rest of Jarrett's crew is trying to stop him. And Hangman just throwing motherfuckers away, just like, no, get the fuck out of here. You get out of here. And he threw Jay Lethal, he threw Satnam Singh, he threw Sanjay Dutt. He just fucking them up. So Renee's like, separate them, break them apart, break them apart. They're, they're getting broken apart. And as this is happening, Tony Storm and Mariah are fighting in the back, and they're just like in between them, and they just start fighting. And it was like, oh, okay, this is a lot going on. To the fact where everybody's trying to separate, and they don't know who to separate at this point, and people are just fighting. It's like, oh, this is kind of fucking crazy.
In Jared's case, what's the point of having a giant on your side?
Hey, listen, until Hangman hit him, it was a point. But when Hangman hit him, it just took him out with one punch. It was like, yeah, this guy, there's nothing to him.
Because I could see Hangman taking out the other two, but
Hmm.
he could have done something
Yeah, he did something.
to hit.
Nothing. He he did nothing. That was what he did. That was like holy shit. But yeah, that was Dynamite. To me, it just was like a nothing show. And you said you really liked it because of the
No,
MJF
no, no,
stuff.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
I liked it. I didn't really like it. Like really like it. To me, it sounded like I'm giving it like a 10 out of 10. No, 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 no. It was like if I had to rate it, it'd maybe like a 6 or 7. I liked
O-
it. I didn't love it.
Okay.
Now I have a question for you though. Going back to it though, right?
Okay. I have an answer.
Wheeler and Swerve, they're gonna have a match next week. Have they
Yes.
fought before? Like, cause like I don't recall them ever like wrestling in the MLW.
Yes, they have. They have fought before.
Oh,
I'm
okay. Cause
the
I
funny
was trying to
part
rack
is
my
like
brain with that.
I actually think they wrestled in AEW. Like that's the funny part. Like I think they wrestled in AEW at one point.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I really want to know.
Yeah, because I know that they bumped into each other in MLW because Swerve was the champion and like Wheeler Yuta just was like trying to do stuff and I think Swerve beat him.
Okay.
But yeah, like AEW was
Thing?
it was a show. It was a show. And I saw like so many people go, "Oh, it was awesome." And I know that you said it was okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, to me it wasn't the greatest. But that just means next week it'll probably be better.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
alternates.
Hmm. So yeah, that was Dynamite. Now we had the Great American Bash night. Yeah. American Bash. How did you feel about this one?
I liked it too. Funny part, you said you said it in French. I was gonna say dos.
Oh shit. But I'm not gonna lie. I
Mhm.
There was like two things on it. Well, probably three things on the show I liked. Everything else was like, eh, eh.
The beginning, like the recap of it, which I didn't realize was a recap at first, kind of fucked me
Uh-huh.
up. Cause I'm like, wait, they fucking broke in again? Like what the fuck? I was gonna like text you, make a joke about it, and be like, dude, we should break in next year so we can host.
But yeah, it was that part was dumb, but then the match that preceded it was fun. Like I
Yeah.
liked the match Pete Dunne versus Trick Williams.
I liked it. Not so sure like how I feel about the ending. Like depends where they go with it.
So at first I was like, I'm not so sure about the ending, but then I thought about it, was like, you know what? It makes sense. Like Trick has to do his redemption to get back to the title. And it's like, all right, I guess we could go with this. Cause like his whole thing was like, bro, I don't know what to do. I want to get back to the title. I don't know. He just kept saying that he was lost. He just kept saying he was lost and he wanted to get to the title and he don't know how to get back to the title. He felt lost without the title. So if this is him finding a purpose to get back to the title, I'm like, all right, that makes sense because he just been saying I'm lost and I need something. And you're calling around getting Ilya Dragunov and everybody to give you some kind of purpose to go for the title and like to have a spark. And it's like you just need to find it. And in this match, he was like really fucking good. Like this was
Yes.
really fucking good.
Very,
Even though
very
he
fucking good.
even though he lost, I feel like it's the setup for him to get stronger and get a new purpose and Pete Dunne to do Pete Dunne stuff.
Now this could go two ways. Like I want to know your perspective, right? This could go the perspective where he has a losing streak, right? Because it seems like that's where they're gonna go, right? Until he finds
Hmm.
himself.
Hmm.
Will he find himself and like get his heart back, his confidence back, and all that shit, right? Which
Hmm.
that would be a good thing. Or is there a heel turn coming? Because sometimes that happens. It's rare, but it happens.
A heel turn for him would be bad. The
Yes.
good thing for him would be to keep going and then win the title, but he's going to have a losing streak to begin with.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So what was the other way?
No, the first way would be like, like him having a losing streak and then, eventually getting back his like confidence and all that. The second way was the heel turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then they had the cookout in the back, and for some reason Lexus King was DJing because DJ Nightwolf apparently got his fingers broken, and they kicked him out, which is him being Lexus King. They kicked him out. Then they had a wing eating contest between Stevie Turner and Mr. Stone. Don't even
Who won
like,
that, by the way?
bro, Stevie did.
Oh
Because
shit.
like later on you see what happened and you see why she did it, which is really funny. Because he was like, "Yeah, I could eat you under the table," and he's like, "No, you can't." And later on you see like what happens and like how this works out. So yeah, like I didn't, not gonna lie, I didn't like it at all. It like the whole cookout thing because it ran throughout the show. Didn't like that took me out of the show where I didn't give a shit.
Mm.
So then we had Ego, and he's talking to Nathan Frazier, both in the trainer room, because Ego's getting ready for his title match, and then he just talks to Nathan Frazier and goes, "Well, where's your partner? Because you have a title match tonight." And Nathan Frazier was like, "Yeah, wait, where the fuck is he?" And then Axiom shows up and was like, "Hey, hey, hey, I'm here."
It's like the total opposite of what was happening before.
Yeah. So then we had Kalani Jordan versus Tatum Paxley.
I'm
And
seeing more and more what you was talking about with her becoming a heel.
yeah, no, Kalani's definitely going to be a heel. She's definitely a heel turn.
Yeah.
So what's funny is because Toxic 4.0, they were watching this match too. They're watching this match too, and Wendy Chu pops up behind them. But Kalani beats Tatum, which I didn't see coming because I thought, oh, they're gonna give Tatum the win. She's gonna win the title. Kalani won, and not so just straight up, oh, clean way. It was a little bit dirty.
Hmm.
And as she's leaving, Tatum Paxley's sitting on the steps because she's sad. Even the crowd is fucking sad. And then all of a sudden, she just gets choked out by fucking Wendy Chu.
Which I didn't see coming. I thought they were gonna become a team.
Yeah, I thought so too. But now apparently it looks like Wendy Chu wants to go after Kalani Jordan and title.
I think something else. I think she's
Okay,
actually with Kalani. Because you notice Kalani didn't help Tatum? Like, she ran over like she was gonna help her, but didn't.
I don't see it going that way.
That was a
I
little
s-
sus to me.
yeah, no, it's sus because they're both heels and she hates Tatum, but that's like you could kind of see her slowly turning heel because it's like you had an opportunity to help this person who's another face, but you decided against it because fuck her because I'm a bad guy.
I'm the champion.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I see what's gonna happen. I see it probably turning into a three-way. Kalani still keeping the title, but them two feuding, which is Tatum and Wendy. I see those two feuding, but I see Tatum coming out unscathed, and she's going to get another opponent who I have no idea who it's going to be. But whoever
Yeah,
the
I
opponent
can't
is
think
going to
right
put her
now.
in her place. Yeah, whoever it is going to put her in her place. That's all I
Yeah,
know.
that makes sense.
So then we have a backstage with Wren Sinclair and Catchpoint, and she's still trying to get in the crew, and they're doing this thing, and then all of a sudden Tony D'Angelo comes up and was like, "Listen, Charlie, I'll give you a shot at the Heritage Cup next week if this match, Ren Sinclair, if she wins, she gets in part of Catch 22." And then the best part, because this is because they've been doing this all the whole fucking time, and I just like have not been fucking paying attention because like I didn't want to just like go, oh yeah, they're doing this. So she goes, wait, what? And Miles Bourne goes, wait, you can't hear either? I'm like, dude, that's not what happened.
That
It was
that I bust out laughing when he did that.
that was my favorite part about this thing. 'Cause he's like, wait, you can't hear too? It's like that's not what's going on. She just wasn't paying attention. But this whole thing was convoluted. It was convoluted as shit. It didn't make any fucking sense, but it is what it is.
It
And
was entertaining as hell though.
yeah, and then you seen Obafemi, and Obafemi walked by everybody out the back because he's looking for a new North American challenge. I have an idea,
Okay.
which I'm going to talk about later, which actually makes no sense, and the other person who I thought it wasn't the person that I think it
Okay.
was because, like I said, I'll talk about it later because it was like a few things that happened. But yeah, I'll talk about it later because it plays into later on in the show.
Cool.
So then we get Pete Dunnerson, and Pete Dunne's like, yeah, you know what? I beat Trick. I should go for the world title. But then him and Trick just start fighting in the back because Trick is pissed off that he lost. And I think this is going to lead to Trick with a face aggression arc.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
So then we got Ego versus Oro,
Ego.
and him and Oro had this match, and yeah, there was no way Oro was fucking winning this match.
After all that momentum though, it's kind of sad in a way.
I mean, it's a testament to like shows where you could be like, all right, this guy fucking sucks, and then you build him up in 2 weeks, and you're like, oh my god, he's kind of a credible challenger, and then he just like gets beat, and you're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, he's not really. It's just they made us care about this guy for no reason. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Because like at one point in the match, it felt like he was gonna win, but like to me, it was like he's just not fucking winning. But like at least they tried to make him entertaining and feel like he was gonna win.
What if he would have won though? Like straight up.
It would have fucked me up. So then we get an MSK Rascals promo, and they're talking about winning the title. It's been so long, and they're happy to be here, and they're ready to win the titles, and they're gonna have the main event of the night. Now, the funny part is when I heard that they were gonna do the main event, I had a whole different thought of what was gonna happen at the end because I was like, huh, they're doing a main event randomly for the tag titles. There's something there. There gotta be something there. And it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, which like I'll talk about at the end where we talk about the main event. But
Okay.
like, yeah, it was something where I was like, huh, there's got to be that, right? And then it was none of those things. It was like, oh, okay, it's none of those things. Cool. So then we had more to cook out. Ashanti the Adonis was back there talking to the ladies. The ladies beat up the creepy dude who's always around. And they're all talking about going for the world title.
In
And
Spanish.
yes, so they're talking about going for the world title, and that leads to something later on with Stevie Turner and whatchamacallit, and Mr. Stone. So then we had Joe Hendry versus Mark Coffey. And Joe Hendry did a fucking Eddie Guerrero spot on the outside, got Gallus kicked out, and then he beat Mark Coffey. He beats Mark
It,
Coffey.
it was Joe Coffey.
Joe Coffey, whatever. It's a coffee.
Yeah.
So he beats the coffee, and after the match, he's standing there and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be around for a while. I'll even be here next week. And once again, because I had heard some things, I'm like, something's gonna happen here. Something's gonna happen here. Something's gonna happen here. And the thing I thought was gonna happen didn't happen. I was like, oh, okay, well that's not happening. All right. Because like there was, like I said, there was a lot of things. It wasn't like pure rumor. This was like facts, but it was like I don't know how this plays in. But like I said, later on it might be something where like I said, I'll talk about it in this show because there was a lot of stuff that was moving behind the scenes.
Okay.
But this not Joe Coffey, John Hendry thing winded up veering off the Wolfgang versus Joe Hendry on TNA.
Yeah.
So that was a thing. Then we get New Chase U. Yes, they have a new building. I don't know how the fuck they got a new building. Apparently, something about Ridge did something. They got a new building, and Ridge comes in and says, "Guys, I got us a tag team title match next week against whoever wins." And I was like, huh, that still doesn't seem right. And then fucking Riley and Duke are looking at each other like, what the fuck? Because Ridge says, no, no, it's not you guys. It's me and Mr. Chase. We're getting a tag team title shot.
Everything is like a little bit too nice, isn't it? Like, I don't trust Ridge.
Something is going to happen. And like, I swear if they just go the same old route where it's just like, oh, Ridge is the bad guy. And he set this whole thing up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, ah, it's too on the nose. I'm not going to like it.
Yeah. But like, even so, I don't trust them.
Yeah. So we get Roxy and Stevie Turner and Mr. Stone are talking, and Mr. Stone can't say much. So Stevie Turner says, "You know what, girls? Since you all want a title match against Roxy, next week we'll have a battle royal for people who've never fought Roxy, and the winner gets a title shot."
I lost count. Is that a lot of them? Because I feel like she's damn near faced everybody.
Yeah, it's a lot of people she has to face for the world
Okay.
title. So, and then we get Tank and Hank versus the Good Brothers. They're just fighting backstage. It's not like a big thing, but they're just fighting backstage. So then they have an announcement that I heard way earlier in the morning that Shawn Michaels put out himself that the first two shows of NXT on CW will be on the road, which we reported months ago. But the only twist here is they're going to be in Chicago and CM Punk's going to be there, and then they're going to be in St. Louis where Randy Orton's going to be there.
So everywhere they're going to be at, it's going to be like somebody from the main roster that's from that particular place.
No, just the beginning. So then we had Ren Sinclair versus Kendall Gray, and I hate it. I hate it because of the fact that Kendall Gray is so fucking good. Like she's better than fucking Ren Sinclair, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
It actually
Like,
should not have been Kendall Gray in this match though, to be honest with you. Because the whole
why?
bet was with fucking what's his face? Tony D'Angelo, right? So it
Hmm.
should have been Adriana from his crew.
I mean, it could have been, but this match with Kendall Gray, I'm mad that she was in it because she out wrestled fucking Ren Sinclair to the point where I'm like, she deserves to be in the no quarter catch crew more than fucking Ren Sinclair.
Yeah.
Dude, like she out fucking wrestled her like for this girl because I know she doesn't have like wrestling experience. She's like one of the signees from the college level. She fucking out wrestled the shit out of Ren Sinclair.
Nil or whatever it was. NIL, something like that.
Yeah, and she keeps fucking suplexing Miles Bourne, which I think like I'm not gonna be one of those guys, but I feel like they're dating because like she just fucks him up for no reason.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So Ren Sinclair gets the win, which means she's in the no quarter catch crew, and next week Charlie Dempsey gets his match.
Think he's getting it back next week?
I hope so. I hope so.
I kind of see it.
So then we get Javon Evans, who was a fan of Lord Tenzai when he was growing up, which
Why did
I
he say
felt,
that?
dude, I felt so bad. I felt because I just felt old. As soon as he said Lord Tenzai, I was like, dude, that's not even how I fucking remember him when he was started out. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, he made me feel so old. But damn,
Prince Albert.
yeah, A Train, all
Oh,
of it.
you go to A Train. I go to Prince Albert, which is the first one. So
Listen. We're not going with Prince Albert and the Pearson gimmick. We're not doing that. Mm-mm. That shit was disgusting.
the fact that your mind goes to A Train, though, your mind is younger than mine. Then,
No, because like I said, I don't like the Prince Albert gimmick because it
well,
was
I didn't say I
so
did.
dude, it was so fucking disgusting because like it was all about the Pearsons and he had so much fucking body hair. It just looked disgusting. It was
Yes,
just like,
yes.
yeah, it just, yeah.
And then they randomly put him with draws, which okay, he got tattoos and piercings. But then they
But
had
the
the other guy that came later. I forget his name, but yeah,
Yeah, but the thing was, he was Draw's tattoos artist. That's why he was with Draws.
yeah.
So that was a thing. So then we get Obafemi, and he's in the back, and he says, "Next week, I'm going to have my opponent for the North American Championship." Now, so earlier in the day, it was talked about that Josh Alexander would be coming over to NXT. So I'm like, oh, Josh Alexander could have attacked Joe Hendry, and then he could have did this, but those were like the normal things. Like, oh, it's gonna be Josh Alexander next week. It's gonna be Josh Alexander next week. Until today in TNA, someone had a poster in the crowd that says Moose fears Obafemi. And like they focused on it and it was like, hmm, that that seems random. So that could be a thing. We could have Moose versus Obafemi.
So I'm not getting my Omos match anytime soon, am I?
No, not
Damn,
anytime soon.
damn it. On paper, that does
So
sound like a nice match, though. Fucking Moose versus Oba.
yeah, I guess. So then we had the main event, which was a fucking banger. MSK versus Too Fast, Too Furious. And this didn't turn out the way I thought with the finish or anything or after nothing that I expected. So Too Fast, Too Furious beat MSK, which I didn't see it coming.
Same.
So after the match, I'm expecting me because I heard things. I'm expecting, okay, they turned the tag team title to the main event. There's going to be an angle after the show. Oh, I know exactly what the angle is. We're getting the Motor City Machine Guns. They're gonna come in and
Mm,
challenge Too Fast, Too Furious.
that would have been
No,
awesome.
that's what I thought because like it all started to line up because it's like they changed it to the main event and the Motor City Machine Guns look like they're signed with WWE and they could have showed up at NXT, which would have been fucking huge.
Yes.
But they swerved everybody, and MSK was in the ring, and they were talking for a little bit too long, and my mind went the opposite way of the
Same.
way it went. Because I
Same.
was like, oh, Trey Miguel is going to attack fucking Wesley, and that's how they're gonna break up.
100%.
But nah, Wesley attacked Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz and beat the shit out of both of them.
Like he kicked Trey Miguel and Zachary was like, "That's your brother." Like, and then Wes basically was like, "No, bitch," and like beat his ass, kicked him in the balls and shit.
Yes.
Like, what the
So
fuck?
you asked me because you didn't hear what was said, which a lot of people didn't hear what was said
Yeah,
because the crowd started going, "What the fuck? Holy shit!" And they can't. They gotta bleep it out because stuff.
yeah,
So here's the thing. He said, "You guys left me. You left me all by myself." And part of me is like, dude, you know that that's not right. They kicked them out because of the controversy. But I mean, they can spin it like you moved on without me because they did. Because he even talked about it earlier in the night. Was like, yo, after MSK broke up, there was nothing. I didn't know what to do, and then I became a solo star, and I still felt alone. But like now, you guys are back, and I feel whole again. And he said it earlier in the night, and then when he brought it up, was like, "You guys left me." He's hurt that they weren't around and they moved on without
yeah.
him. And to me, like I saw some people go, "Why would they turn him heel? Why would they turn him heel?" And I'm like, dude, he's been a face the whole entire time he's been here. Like a heel Wes Lee run would actually be kind of dope because it's something that you're not thinking about. You're not like, oh my God, this worked. Like, this is different. It's like, you're not thinking about this. You're like, you know what? I've never seen him as a bad guy, even though we've been trying to get him to turn for fucking years. And now
I
it's
was just
like,
about to say
huh,
that. I'm just about to say that. Like I was gonna say, I actually have two comments about this, right?
mm-hmm,
So one about the heel turn. According to
mm-hmm,
us, because like we've been seeing it, this was supposed to happen like a year ago. Like he was the one that was supposed to attack Trick, not Carmelo.
mm-hmm,
It made so much sense, but he got hurt, and it never publicly put out there, so we quote unquote don't know. But I'm gonna say they scrapped the ideas, so
mm-hmm.
they just went back to it and made him heel. So it was supposed to happen eventually. And another thing is like, do you really say Trey left him? Trey was never there to begin with if we're only standing on NXT continuity.
So if we're only standing on NXT continuity, yes, but Rascals continuity, they've all been a thing. They've all been family.
Yeah.
And I feel like they can go with that and be like, oh, you guys, like, you left me. But like I said, they have to explain how this works unless they're just going to retcon the fact that fucking Zachary Wentz got fired for some bullshit. Like, either they're going to retcon that or they're just going to be like, you know what? Like, this is like, this is part of it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. We have
They're
to see how it
currently,
goes.
as we're speaking, they're currently showing that on TNA because Zachary Wentz is having a match.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. We'll see how this works out, but it feels like it's fresh because it's new because we never seen heel Wesley. And also we can also get Wesley going for the world title eventually where he should be.
That's where he's supposed to be. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So that was that on the NXT side. So, you know, that's that.
Yeah.
And now we can move over to Raw because there's a lot to talk about that happened on Raw, and we're gonna cover it.
All right.
Raw was a huge show.
Yeah.
What about Raw?
No, it was like shit. It was a huge show.
Yeah, it felt like Raw after WrestleMania. That's how it felt.
Yep.
And it started out with Dominic with his new mommy, Liv Morgan.
Is it his no mommy? Because like he's supposed to be daddy now, Daddy Dom.
No, no. I just made that joke. So they showed everybody else coming in, and then we had Ludwig Kaiser introduce the new world champion, Gunther.
Kind of hoping
And
he would go back to Walter, but I guess not.
no, Gunther is his new name. So he's out there and he's talking about him being champion, and he's just basically saying he's going to bring prestige to the title because, whatever. And then Randy Orton shows up.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
That's the funny part. I did. I saw that coming earlier in the day because it was leaked that Randy Orton was going to be the opponent for Gunther. And the funny part is like the people who were in the know was like, some of them was like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? And I immediately knew exactly why this was happening. I was like, and this like is a through line throughout this whole entire show. It's like small things that you just like will overlook because you're like, oh, this happened. No matter how much you report on it, you'll be like, oh, it's just something small. It didn't mean anything. It was overlooked. No, this was a thing. This was a thing.
Mm.
Because the reason Randy is there is because when they had their match at King of the Ring, Randy's shoulder was up for the pin. Triple H even mentioned it after King of the Ring. We even reported on it. Triple H said, yo, he had his shoulder up, but the ref decision is final. And for him to be number one contender because of that, that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. Yes.
Yes. And then him and Gunther got face to face, and Gunther, no microphones, he gets face to face. And Gunther says to him, you're not going to catch me out of nowhere. And Randy said, you're right, because I want you to see it coming.
That was a great line.
Yes. So that was a shock to a lot of people. And like half of the people was like, oh, they're just throwing away the whole fucking draft. Draft doesn't mean shit. And it's like, kind of no, because draft does mean shit. It's just this storyline literally need to be wrapped up that nobody just remembers. And now you're just like, oh shit, that was a thing. Yeah, this was a thing.
And like they actually said that. So I guess they physically need to show it so people will remember. Because what the hell?
I mean, people just like they have their thing where it's like this should be this is how it should be. Like if the draft is this way, and it's like if there's a story that can be told where you're like the person crosses over because of something that happened, yeah, no, it works. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So then we had Ludwig Kaiser versus Sheamus, and they're fighting, and Pete Dunne gets involved,
And
and it's
keep
like,
fucking with him.
yeah, he keeps fucking with him because they're supposed to have a match. And I actually thought they were going to have a match this week. That's what they were saying, but apparently they're not going to have a match until probably Bash at Berlin.
Or Bad Blood, but more than likely Bash at Berlin.
Yeah, because Bash at Berlin is in about 3 weeks. Well,
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks because it's the week after All In. and
Okay.
All In is in 3 weeks, so it's in 4 weeks. And I mean, they're both from the UK, so it would be a great fight for them to have a match over there, and the crowd would go crazy for it. So yeah, no, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Like the match is gonna be on Bad Blood. We'll talk about that. Sheamus got the win, and he beat Ludwig Kaiser. So then they played this Wyatt Sicks promo about how years ago this was the place where the Wyatt family debuted.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until they said it.
So then we had Dominic Toretto, I mean Damian Priest come out, and he's talking about his family, which the fans are now his family, and he wanted to do this for his family, and they took the title away from his family because he had his family. And then we get Finn Balor, and he shows up on the screen, and Finn tells him, "Listen, dog, this is your fault." And this is so, this was done so perfectly because the night that SummerSlam happened, the night that it happened, I saw so many people posting two, two different clips. And it was like, yeah, this makes sense. And the fact that WWE was like, yeah, this is a long-term story. It fucking worked
Yep.
because when the last time he was fucking Damian Priest with Money in the Bank was going to cash in. It was Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. And because of the fake cash in, he cost Finn the match. And Finn said, I waited a whole fucking year to pay you back. And Finn paid him back at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that wasn't a long-term storyline telling I thought they were gonna tell, but it's still good.
Okay, so what did you think was going to happen?
I thought it was the one we've been like harping on all along, where like originally it was AJ, Finn, and Liv trying to destroy the Judgment Day. Like I thought it was gonna like be from that, but
Wait, but
I'm
here's
I'm
the thing.
I'm still cool with this.
Wait, here's the thing. It's still not done because everything about Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley were the bad guys. They were always the bad guys. And I know
Yeah,
people, I know you're like, wait, what? They were the bad guys because when Judgment Day started, they screwed over everybody to get there. Dominic got brought into fucking Judgment Day because Rhea kept beating the shit out of him and dragging him in, and she beat him into the Judgment Day.
yes,
Fucking Damian Priest turned on Edge and beat the shit out of everybody for Judgment Day. And
yep,
now Judgment Day is doing the same exact thing to them. And
yeah. Can't really get mad at them.
nope. And then Finn reveals the new Judgment Day, which is basically everybody that was in the Judgment Day except for Priest and Rhea, and now Liv is in the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
And it was so funny how everybody was like, "Oh, Judgment Day is dead. It was a great run." And then just on Monday night, they're like, "Nope, the Judgment Day still exists, just in a different iteration."
not to mention there was like a backstage segment like on their YouTube thing.
Hmm.
Rhea and Priest was like, they're not the Judgment Day. We're the OGs. We're the Judgment Day. So it's kind of gonna be like a OG Judgment Day versus fucking new Judgment Day. So Judgment Day is alive and well, just split apart.
We'll get to Rhea and Damian Priest later on because something happens later on that like makes me happy about their situation. But yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay.
So then we have Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce is in the back, and Bronson Reed is like, "Yo, what's up with me? Like, when am I gonna get my shine?" And Priest was just like, "Dude, I don't." He was like, "I don't even know." He's like, "I don't know." And Bronson Reed was like, "Oh, I guess I gotta go make my time." He was like, "Okay." And Pierce is like, yeah, all right, whatever, I don't care. That's exactly what he was like. Yeah, I don't
Pierce is like the worst general manager ever.
care. Yeah,
Like
because like,
he just lets everybody do whatever the fuck they want and then gets mad at them when he doesn't listen to them.
because the funny thing is like he focuses on one thing, and then like everything else just gets like fucked over. Like, all right, whatever, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
So then we had Lyra Valkyria versus Shayna Baszler, and Lyra beat Shayna, which I didn't see coming. She got jumped, and then the Black Lotus tribe showed up and ran off the women. You're like, oh,
Yep.
okay. We had the Final Testament talk about how they're going to beat up the New Day, who are celebrating their 10 years of New Day, which is great.
I don't know why I thought you could say they're celebrating 10 years of Ninja Turtles since they came out as the Ninja Turtles because of the toys that they made.
The funny part about that is like those toys have been out for like
A
months.
while. Yes.
Yeah, and it's like that wasn't a thing. So then we had a backstage with Team Gable, and Ivy now was talking, and she was talking to Maxine, and Gable said, "No, no, no, you guys don't get to talk to her." And he told Maxine to run along, and he told Ivy, "Now, come on, we have some business to attend to." So she's officially not official part of the team.
That's what it seems like.
Hmm.
Also,
So
apparently they're named American Made.
I was
Did
gonna
you
get
catch
to
this
that
one?
when I was gonna get to that when it came up when they officially named the name.
Oh,
So then we had CM Punk come out, and CM Punk said he was happy. And the funny part that goes into a vlog that they had where CM Punk was actually happy because after his match at SummerSlam, they're recording him and he goes into like this corner and he kind of breaks down and cries. And they say, "What's wrong? Was it the match?" And he goes, "Yeah." He was like, "I had a match and I didn't get injured." He was like, "And I feel great." He was like, "And this hasn't happened in a long time." He was like, "Every time I get in a ring, I get injured and stuff happens." He was like, "I came out unscathed." So he was like, "This is a good day." And like, "Oh, okay." Like, he's happy that he can wrestle and not be hurt. Good for him.
yeah.
So he comes out and he's excited and he's happy. And then Seth Rollins comes out. And Seth Rollins comes out and Seth is like, "Yo, what the fuck was that shit on fucking Saturday? What did you hit me for?" And before they can finish talking, here comes Drew. Drew's in the crowd, and he shows off the bracelet, and Punk just runs after him. And Punk is going to kick his ass. So while that's happening, Seth Rollins gets attacked by Big Bronson Reed.
Yeah,
This
that
was off.
to me came out of nowhere. Like I know Bronson was gonna do something. I didn't think it was
Hmm.
gonna be this.
Dude, this was a literal just for me because I said earlier in the year, it was supposed to be Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins in Australia.
Yes.
That was supposed to happen, and they're going to have the match eventually. So Bronson Reed beats Seth up, hits him with a tsunami, and then he hits him with another tsunami. All of these people come out to check on Seth, and they're like, "Hey, hey, 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 hey!" Bronson Reed hits him with a third tsunami. They're like, "Hey, hey, 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 hey!" The crowd is fucking losing it at this point. Bronson Reed hits a fourth tsunami. Everybody is fucking losing. Michael Cole's like, "Wait a minute, no, not again." It's just he's getting flattened. Then he hits him with a fifth tsunami, and everybody's still trying to get him out of there. And then he hits him with a sixth tsunami. Dude, this shit was fucking awesome.
Like I seen a question raised on Twitter and whatever, and like
Mm-hmm.
it actually was a good question. when they go to break out like security and all that, when they go to break up shit like that, has it
Mhm.
ever been successful? Because like I don't think it ever has.
It has before, but you know what's like the funniest thing? I saw some people was like, why didn't they move him? Dude, they couldn't just fucking move somebody that just got splashed and like they're quote unquote spitting up blood. You can't
Yeah,
just move somebody just like immediately. You have to check on them, assess the medical thing. And then also, why did they move when Bronson Reed was going to splash? Bitch, I don't want him to splash me neither. Fuck this.
exactly.
It's some of the most logical shit that you're like, oh, this makes sense. If you just look at it and go, oh, this makes sense. That fucking makes sense.
Like that's why they say when you see someone in the ground or whatever, like you assume they fell, whatever. You don't move the person because you don't know what happened.
Yeah, you gotta assess the situation, but like it was funny. So Pierce put out on Twitter, which I like the fact that he did this full explainer, which he said he didn't have to do. He said I had to I wasn't able to stop Bronson Reed because I had all of this stuff to deal with between Drew running around and CM Punk trying to kill him. I had to make sure that nobody got hurt, and Bronson Reed took the perfect opportunity to take care of that.
That makes sense.
And then he runs into Punk, which was the funniest shit because he runs into Punk. Punk was like, I just want to get my hands on him. And he just does the choking motion. And Pierce is like, all right, dude, you got to go home. Like, you can't, no, you got to go home. But he just did a choking motion. Like, I just want to get my hands on him. That was
Question,
fucking hilarious. Dude, that
question.
was so good. Uh huh.
At that moment right there, when he did choking motion, right?
Hmm.
Do you think Adam Pearce feared for his life?
Adam Pierce is a wrestler. He didn't fear for his life.
I
So
had to.
then we have the Ninja Turtle, New Day come out to face. Well, Xavier Woods was facing Karrion Cross, and the Final Testament starts beating them down after the match. Karrion Cross gets the win, but they start beating them down after the match. And I thought one thing was going to happen, didn't happen, but I do have a theory on that.
Okay.
And Odyssey Jones shows up and helps Kofi and Xavier Woods. And Xavier isn't happy about it, but Odyssey Jones looks like a fucking $1,000,000 because he did a doubles sidewalk slam to both of AOP at the same time. That was fucking amazing.
I'm happy he finally debuted. Like
Hmm.
exactly the same words I had. That was fucking amazing.
Hmm.
But it felt random as shit. Like, when did y'all meet? Like, I feel like just like Xavier, like, y'all cool? Like, what the fuck?
Well, that was also explained in the backstage thing later on.
Yeah.
You get an explainer, and you're like, okay. And I have a theory, not Austin Theory, who is coming out for the next match, but like I do have a theory on how this ends up. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
there's there's a way because New Day keeps saying they don't want to break up. We don't want to break up. We've been doing this for 10 years. We don't want to break up. We don't want to break up. So in the backstage, Woods is like, how the fuck do you even know this dude? And Kofi goes, yo, when I was out at the PC rehab and I bumped into him, he's a cool dude. And I told him he should come up here with us. And Xavier's like, oh, okay, okay, cool. Yeah, 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 okay, all right. And like Xavier's not cool with this, and I know why. Xavier's not cool with this because he's like, nobody is replacing Big E.
Yeah.
So I see a rift between the New Day now. A rift, not a breaking. I see a rift where they're just gonna be like, oh, I don't trust you, and they're just gonna not have each other's back like they usually do. And it's going to lead, like I said before, is all going to lead to Big E coming back. Even if Big E just like doesn't come back like fully in the ring, which I want him to come back in the ring, but I feel like it's gonna happen where Big E's gonna be like, look, we're the New Day, we're family, we're supposed to be together, and he's the glue and the person that holds this whole thing together.
Yes.
And that's what's gonna happen.
Like he's
So
legit what they used to say, the power of positivity. Like he's the power of the crew. So they
yeah,
need
he's
him.
he's gonna be the one that brings us all back together. And I'm hoping that's where the story goes, because if they go to the breakup story, I'm not gonna like that too much.
Same, same. But
So
I'm with Xavier though. Like I don't feel comfortable with this.
yeah, but we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah.
So then we get A Town Down Under versus the Awesome Truth, and A Town Down Under beats the Awesome Truth, and I hope we're done with the Awesome Truth for
Wait, that wasn't the Rock and Roll Express?
now. No, neither one of those were the Rock and Roll Express, even though Michael Cole said it was the Rock and Roll Express versus the Rock and Roll Express. So yeah, I want that to be over.
Yeah.
Cause I'm just not a like Miz bores the shit out of me as a face. Like sometimes he's a little tiny bit entertaining as a heel. Like Mike Mizanin, like as a human, like he's alright, but the Miz character it ain't for me. Either way.
He needs to turn on fucking Truth though, because them losing was all Truth's fault. For real, for real.
Yeah. So then we have Braun Breaker and Kathy Kelly's interviewing him, and she's like, "All right, so who do you think is gonna challenge you for the Intercontinental title?" And Braun goes, listen, I don't even give a fuck because I don't care if they come after me. I'm going after them. Like, I'm not the hunted. He's like, I'm still the hunter. It's like, how are you still the hunter? You have the title. You can't just go out and kill people. He's like, no, I'm going out to kill people. I don't care. I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Maybe he wants more belts, and that's how the explanation of it.
I don't know what he wants, but like, holy fuck, like he's still a badass.
Yep.
So then we get Priest versus JD. And this was a good match. JD lost to Priest, and Finn Balor came out, attacked Priest. The rest of the Judgment Day came out, and then Rhea comes out to help. And then Liv comes out. Well, Liv comes out to help the rest of the Judgment Day. Rhea comes out to help, and they beating the shit out of everybody. Them beating the shit out of means the Terror Twins, which
Yes.
popped me because Michael Cole said it on commentary, which is just a thing that they say between the two of them. Rhea and Priest call themselves the Terror Twins, and that's just their thing. And the fact that Michael Cole brought it to the screen means they could be using that name. They could be using the Terror Twins.
Yeah, it makes sense. This match was
So
really good though. Like it was a good outing for JD. He's had good matches before, but this was real good in my opinion.
that's the thing. People sleep on JD.
Yep.
So then we do the recap of when Roman Reigns returned. And so as far as not the solo, the Jacob Fatu situation, no one really knows for sure what's going on. I swear to God, no one knows because he has a walking boot, and the story was he was supposed to stay down so him and Roman wouldn't interact. And apparently, he might be hurt. He might not be. We don't know. We don't know.
Or it
But
might be at work.
yeah, I doubt it because he was in a walking boot like later on. But I just want to know how bad is he hurt, and we'll
Yeah.
find out on SmackDown. So people are immediately going, "Oh, they're gonna have Cody and Roman as a tag team, at Bash at Berlin for the tag team titles. And I'm like, that makes no fucking god sense at all. That makes no sense at all. Like Roman is going to deal with his situation because he's going to be on this week's SmackDown and a week after SmackDown. So he's going to deal with that situation. But as far as Cody, I think Cody's going to face Kevin Owens. Cody's going to face Kevin Owens at Bash at Berlin for the world title.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Cody's gonna wind up with no friends.
I mean, of course, because Randy's going to beat the shit out of him for the world title eventually. So yeah, that's a thing.
Wow, that's
So
bad. I get it, but it's bad.
yeah. So then we get Sonya Deville and her crew attacking the Black Lotus crew and take out Dakota Kai, which Dakota Kai may or may not be injured because Meltzer is reporting that Dakota Kai is injured and they did an injury angle to take her out, which I'm not 100% sure like that's true. If it is, then they need a replacement for her because if the Black Lotus crew is going to be three people, you need a third person.
Is Asuka healed up yet? Because like she's active part of the
I
crew.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if Asuka is healed up. I don't think she is.
Okay.
So then we had Sonya Deville versus Io, and that was a match because like nothing really happened in the match. It just was like it just happened, and it was a blur, and then it was over because nothing really happened.
The only reason I remember it is because it was supposed to be Dakota. So
hmm So then we get Ilya Dragunov, and he's talking to Sami Zayn. And then Jay Uso walks up to Sammy and he's talking to Sammy and he's like, yo, Uso, I know you lost the title, but next week we could go for the tag titles. He's like, but you need to go for your Intercontinental title. And Sammy said, you know what? We can't go for the tag titles next week because next week it's going to be me and Brian Breaker for a 2 out of 3 falls match for the IC title.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but there was like something that Jay Uso said about like handling some business that they haven't handled before. And it's like, huh, there's some handling of some business, so Sammy might wind up with Roman. I'm not saying it's gonna happen because it still doesn't make any sense because they have enough people for the bloodline, the OG bloodline. They don't need Sammy, but it it looks like something is happening, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So then we get to the main event where Team Gable comes to the ring and they basically do the walking thing and they say that they're American made, which I hate. I hate the name. Like the name makes no fucking sense.
Team Gable, like you say, is way better in my opinion.
hmm And then they wind up facing the Wyatt Six. So, how do you feel about the Wyatt Six in ring?
I like them now. Fucking Eric Rowan has not changed a bit. You
hmm
know, he kind of got laid off on the high risk shit, like doing fucking what you call it moves, fucking Brody Lee's moves, because that looked ugly in my
hmm
opinion. Other than that, I'm good with him. Fucking what's his face? Joe Gacy hasn't changed a bit. Love him. The fucking VIP of that team is fucking Dexter Loomis.
You
Whatever,
mean
like
you mean Samuel Shaw?
whatever, or fucking what was the other name? Mercy the Buzzard. Cause they all did you notice they alternated between calling them the character and the name?
Yeah, that's their alien. That's their aliases.
Yeah,
That's their
yeah.
aliases.
But like he did all this high risk moves and whatever. damn near like wrestled like a cruiserweight and whatever, and like he's more creepy than he was before. I liked it.
Like I enjoyed it. They got the win,
Hmm.
and then after the match, they did the celebration with Bray, and it was like, oh. And I know you're like, wait,
Yeah,
what do you mean with Bray? Like they did the Bray celebration. It,
yeah,
it was awesome. And everybody that was like, well, that they once the bell rings, they're gonna suck because they're gonna do the creepy thing, and it's like, dude, they just took off their masks and just wrestled like fucking humans. Like they were getting their asses beat and everything. They just
yeah.
wrestled like normal motherfuckers. It's like, yeah, like you can't even be mad at this. Like if
It
you're
wasn't like
mad at
an
this,
Undertaker thing where they didn't feel pain.
exactly. It was like they were just normal fucking people.
Yeah, a normal person can be creepy like that. So you know,
Exactly, because that's what everybody's problem was. It was like, oh, they're gonna be too creepy. They're gonna do this, and it's like, yeah, well, look at them. They're actually wrestling like wrestlers. So
yeah.
you don't have anything to complain about, guys.
Side note, that doesn't matter. It's just something that fucked with my head. Did
Hmm.
Dexter shrink? Because I swear he was way taller,
Yes, he did, because like they're all the same size now.
right? Like what the fuck?
But yeah, like that was the show. So yeah,
Good show.
any
Good shit, like they would say.
yeah, any last words?
Good shit.